Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys my 12 tips and tricks on how I stay motivated. And this was a requested video, but there's one thing I will say. I'm very hard on myself. I have a lot of flaws, but if there's anything that I can compliment myself on, it is that I am very motivated when there's something that I want to do. I typically will do whatever I can to get that thing, and that is because of implementing these 12 thoughts. If there's something that you want, you should be able to get that thing. I believe that anything is possible. This can be whether, typical New Year's resolutions like working out, eating healthy, but also whether you are in school, in college, trying to pursue a certain major, trying to start a blog or a YouTube channel, trying to do something that everyone else doesn't really think you're gonna do, but deep down you've always wanted to do that thing and you just need the motivation to do it. Also, I did get an iPad and it is kind of life-changing. I have the Good Notes app that a lot of people recommended, and that's where I'm going to be reading these off of. It's literally like a sheet of paper, but it's just so nice. So this first tip is actually more of a recent quote that I heard, and when I heard it I was like, wow, that is so deep and so true. You need to remember that no one is going to want it for you as much as you. You're the only one that can want that goal for yourself, so you need to turn one day into day one. And by that I mean, if there's something that you want to accomplish, for example my YouTube channel, and when I'm hard and down on myself about it, like not posting as much or not having good content, whatever, and then I'll complain about it to someone else, I have to remember that they don't want that. They don't want it as bad as me. They may want me to succeed and may want me to do good things, but you are the only one that can really hold yourself accountable and can only want it as much as you want it. You know what I'm saying? So your family can't want it for you, your friends can't want it for you. In order for it to get accomplished, you have to want it. So don't make excuses on why you can't do it. Just turn one day into day one. So I try to tell myself that too when I'm feeling down. Okay, number 2, a lot of people like to set short-term goals in order to reach their long-term goal, but what I like to do is actually backwards. I like to set that long-term goal and then work my way back and say, what are the baby steps that I can take to make that long-term goal happen? You have to think about the bigger picture. What is that end goal? What do you hope to accomplish? Do you hope to turn your side hustle into your full-time job? What can you do to get there? Do you hope to get this certain degree? Okay, what are the plans that you need to take action to make that goal happen? Do you want to travel around the world? Okay, let's take a step back. How can you get the money and the resources and all of that to do so? So you got to think about what is that long-term goal, hold on to that, and every time you're striving to get a short-term goal accomplished, you have to think about, okay, that's what I want to do in the end. Number 3 kind of goes along with number 2, but you have to think about the why. Why do you want that long-term goal? Do you want it because everyone else wants it, or do you want it because you genuinely want it? Because I promise you, if you strive to get something, it's not going to be worth it if you don't have the right why. Like a lot of people will start blogs or YouTube channels, all that stuff, because they want to make money. That's not a good enough reason why to do something. You have to want it for a deeper reason. So take a step back after you set that long-term goal, then think, why do I want it in the first place? And if you have a good reason, that should motivate you a little bit right there. Number 4, you need to establish a routine. I'm such a big routine person. I'm really big about planning out my day before it happens. I feel like a lot of CEOs and just different entrepreneurs and stuff, if you hear them speak and hear different interviews that they all have scheduled routines. You have to make time in the day for the things that you want. For example, when I was a college student, or now that I'm working full time, I will wake up at 5 or 6 a.m. to get up, get ready, and film because it's something that I want to do. And I'll stay up late because I'll be editing or whatever, planning out things, and that's because it's something I want to do. I know my end goal, I know my why, and therefore you have to establish that routine in order to get there. And again, this doesn't have to be a YouTube thing, that's just my personal example, but even if it's like a fitness goal or whatever, and you say, oh, I don't have time to go to the gym, put in an effort to go to bed a little bit earlier and to wake up a little bit earlier. One thing I do like to remember is that if you do something enough, it will turn into a habit. Just keep putting in the effort in, and eventually you'll think, oh, I'm gonna wake up at this time to do this. Oh, I'm not gonna hang out with my friends at this time because I've already told myself I have a meeting with myself to work on myself. Another thing I like to do at the beginning of every month is plan out that month. Plan out content ideas. If you're planning out studying times or planning out shooting times for like outfits and stuff, if you want to be a fashion blogger, scheduling at that time by the month, week, and day can help you a tremendous amount. Okay, I believe this is number 5, but this is really important. And so if you are not naturally an organized person, make yourself an organized person. And by that, I mean, if you normally don't hang up your clothes after trying them on, try doing that. If you wake up and don't make your bed, try making your bed every day. If you make a mess when you're putting your makeup on, clean it up after. And those are all things that I need to say to myself. If you start doing these little actions, they eventually just turn into habits and they've just become natural to do every day. And so when you're taking care of yourself, your day-to-day, keeping a clean, organized space, it allows you, honestly, like I'm not joking, when I make my bed, I feel a million times better in the day. Or when I clean up after myself, it's just so nice at the end of the day to come home to a clean room, a clean bed. It allows you to just be, you know, it sounds crazy, but just have those creative juices flowing, have that free mindset because you're not stressed out about the mess of your room. And I wish I could go back and tell my college self this, because I feel like I would have made better grades and all of that if I would have had a cleaner space to escape from everything. And that kind of goes into number 6, which is finding an escape that allows you to be creative outside of social media and outside of work. I feel like this is so important and so underrated, especially the older you get. It's so hard to find something that makes you happy outside of whatever maybe your side hustle is or outside of work. It's hard to kind of make yourself a kid again. And so I encourage you to try and think, okay, what is something that I enjoy doing that allows me to just either be creative or just kind of turn my brain off for a little while. For me, it's been reading. I've been loving reading lately. I can give you guys a list of books that I've loved. Also, I've been going to the gym every day and just setting a time limit and saying, okay, I'm not gonna leave before this time. Even if I'm just walking around the gym, I'm allowing myself to be away from really social media and work and all of that while I'm in that gym. And so I don't respond to messages, I don't respond to emails. I'm just in my element listening to music. Just find out what it is that makes you happy outside of something that could potentially stress you out. This next one is super important and I want you to listen to me. Stop making excuses on why you should not invest in yourself. A lot of people think that they don't have the talent to reach a certain goal, but there's that quote that says hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And that's something you gotta remember. Am I the best YouTuber out there? No. Am I the most talented makeup artist, whatever, in the world? No. Am I the fittest person that goes to the gym? No. But you know what? I do work hard. I do put that effort in every day, every week, every month, whatever it may be, to work hard. So if you're not naturally understanding a subject in school, work hard. Just because someone else in your class is making those good grades naturally, that's okay. You may be good at something that they're not good at, but you know, you might have to pass that class. Me with accounting. But if you put the work in, if you work hard, you will accomplish whatever goal it is. I don't care what it is. Don't make excuses on why you shouldn't invest in yourself, because again, you are the only one that's going to want it as much as you do for you, if that makes sense. So just keep that in mind when you're doubting yourself. Just be like, nobody's going to want it for me. Number 8 has been so important to me, especially in college. This is where I really realized how important this was, and beyond, like even in the real world working full time, is finding people that inspire you. Now this can be in real life, whether it's people you work with, friends you have, but I also like to look at social media role models that I have, maybe YouTubers that I look up to, or bloggers I look up to, just people out there that are doing my dream, like things that I want to do. I look at them and I say, okay, what are they doing every day? What is their mindset? And a lot of YouTubers and bloggers and stuff will share it. One of my favorite people to follow is Emily Ann Gemma. She's like one of the original bloggers, fashion blogger, beautiful woman, and I think she's like 32, I want to say, but she's so driven. She's been blogging for like 10 years or something like that, and she was doing it for the longest time without getting paid. But she shares all kinds of inspirational stories on her Instagram all the time of how she got to where she is, and she loves the finer things in life. She loves, you know, fashion and designer items and stuff, but she keeps it real and lets people know that there's a lot of work behind the scenes, and this is how she got to where she is. Finding those people that you look up to and you can't be jealous of them. You have to admire their work, because when you start getting jealous of people, then that's just not good. Just don't be jealous of people. Just admire girls' hard work, especially like when girls get jealous of other girls. There's nothing that makes me more mad. I love seeing other bloggers, influencers, Instagrammers, all that stuff. I love seeing other girls that I know personally succeed, and it just inspires me to want to work hard too. And kind of going along with that, number 9 is remember that your journey is not going to be the exact same as anyone else's. So some people may post a YouTube video or maybe 5 videos and they may blow up and get 1 million followers. Same thing like with TikTok or Instagram, whatever. Some people may just have that come to them. sooner. I've been doing YouTube for a couple years now, and I don't even have 10,000 followers or subscribers, whatever, and that is okay with me because I know that my time is on my time. I'm not on someone else's timeline. That's on their timeline, and so I'm not going to be jealous of them. I'm not going to compare myself. I have to take a step back and say, what is my brand? What is important to me? And just know that my journey is not going to look the same as Addison Rae's or whatever. Not that I am anything similar to Addison Rae, but you know what I'm saying? Like, she blew up in a very short amount of time. Her life completely changed in under a year, which is, it's nuts to think about the power of social media. But also whether it's school. So you may be in school 5, 6, 7 years, whatever it may be, or it may take you even longer than 2 years to get to where like I am. So we are all on different journeys. Another thing, like when you think about getting married and stuff. So a lot of my friends are, you know, getting married, engaged, whatever, buying homes, all that stuff. And I'm not anywhere near being in that mindset or in that space of my life. And I have to remember that is okay, because everyone has different goals. Everyone has a different journey, and you just gotta remember, God's got you. Number 10, this probably should have been said at the beginning, but I'm gonna start it out with like one of my favorite quotes. So, a dream written down with a date becomes a goal. A goal written down with steps becomes a plan. A plan backed by action makes your dreams come true. So you need to physically write down your goals and what you want and how you plan to get there. So this goes back to thinking about what you want and why you want it, but you have to physically write it down. Writing it down just overall makes it a plan rather than a dream. So you can dream about things all day long, but if you say, oh, I'll never be able to do that, I'll never be able to go to this place, whatever, write it down, you know, make it happen. And with that, I'll say every time I write down my plans for the month, whether it be for YouTube, so if it's like how many videos I want to post, how many subscribers I want to make, how much money I want to try and strive for, if I write it down, I've found that I've typically always reached those goals if I put in the work. So it's all about the behind the scenes and the work you're putting into something, because you can say you want to do something all day, but if you don't write it down and make a plan and make steps of action, then odds are you may not ever get to that goal. So write it down. Number 11 is something that's really important for me, and this is because I sometimes will take this personally. Don't rely on praise or words of affirmation from other people to keep you going. One of my top love languages is words of affirmation, meaning that I feel more loved when people are telling me, oh, I love you, oh, you're doing great, you're doing so good, and reminding me. And I don't know why I'm like this, but sometimes I start doubting myself if I'm not being told, oh, you're doing so good, oh, I love what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. And after a while, I have to remember, you know, again, no one's gonna want it for me as much as me, so they may not understand why I'm doing what I'm doing. They may not think to give me that praise, because everyone has like different love languages and all that good stuff, and that can be outside of like YouTube and blogging. Be like, you know, in the classroom, you know, when I was growing up, I made good grades because I was kind of expected to make good grades, and so I never was the person that got like $100 for making all A's on their report card, or, you know, taken out to Chuck E. Cheese. But I know a lot of people that did, and so it's kind of different for everybody. So just don't expect anything from people. You know, if people give you a compliment or whatever, take it, run with it, you know, build off of that. But if they don't, just remember, you gotta compliment yourself sometimes. And the last one is, remember that it is okay to not always be 100% productive all the time, and it's okay to not always grow in whatever it is that you're wanting all the time. Sometimes you're gonna have setbacks, you're gonna have plateaus, you're gonna have days where you just don't feel like being productive and striving towards that goal, and that's okay. Sometimes you gotta take a step back away from whatever it is you want, go back to the drawing board, write down what it is you want and why you want it. If you really want it, you will work for it, but sometimes you just gotta take a break from hustling all the time. You know, I feel like the life of being like a hustler is so important, because that kind of goes back to hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. If you're hustling, you're eventually gonna make it. So just keep hustling, but also pump your brakes sometimes. So I know all of those were pretty quick, but those are just 12 of my top tips on staying productive. I feel like it's so important to take care of yourself, and by that it can also mean just lifting your own self up, believing in yourself, and staying motivated in whatever it is that you want. I do genuinely believe that anything is possible. Have I reached the point in my life that I want to reach? You know, like, am I at the top? No, I'm not anywhere close to where I want to be, but at the same time, I know that I can work hard and I can believe in myself, And even if no one else out there ever believes in me, which, you know, I do have a good support system and I support others, but at the same time, just keeping that mindset that I'm going to take care of myself no matter what. And so you got to have that too, you know, be confident in yourself, and that's something we all need to work on. But thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see like a part 2 or any other types of videos like this, let me know. I would love to share some more thoughts, some more encouragement with you guys. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye guys.